And I'm joined by Bo, Harry and Carl. And we're going to be discussing this, which hopefully you've seen on Twitter. It is pick 2 and the rest are coming to kill you. Now, this has been worked on. We got in a historian and an economist to go through this and whittle the numbers down to a precise level. So we think we got a nice balanced setup for you. But yes, it's basically this. You can have 5,000 Cro-Magnons, 1250 hoplites, 800 odd Romans, 800 odd English longbowmen, 501 Janissaries, 418 Prussian infantry, 251 Civil War soldiers, 126 Tommies, or 7 Delta Force. Pick any 2. And I'll quickly show you the rules so we all know what we...
So just for the record, I had said that I thought the firearms ones, there were too many. I thought like it should be dialed down so you only get like 200 Janissaries, 100 Prussian infantry, and so on. But you've stayed with this.
Well, I have, but I tightened up the restriction because we're not going to have something like infinite ammo, because that would break it.
Right.
Because, for example, if you had Delta Force and they could just like have anything they want, I mean, they would just carry like 300 kilogram backpacks full of claymore mines and heavy machine guns and all.
So the limiting factor for the more modern people is ammo.
Yes.
And stuff. Okay, but we'll get into that.
Yes.
Okay.
So what we got is it has to be what a unit like this would typically carry. And actually, with something like Delta Force, it's quite easy to go up and find out what they typically carry in the field.
Okay.
And it is a decent amount of ammo, but it's not actually that much. It's not. I mean, it's not even enough to deal with just the Cro-Magnons.
Cro-Magnon.
5,000.
Cro-Magnon.
5,000
That is a
Cro-Magnons.
lot of Cro-Magnons.
It is a decent number, yes.
All bum rushing you.
Yes.
That's what they would be doing.
And they are absolute monsters as well.
They basically act as a human shield for everybody else.
Yeah.
Well, are these guys on like combat drugs or something? What's the morale breakage point for each one?
Would have to have it that they don't break.
Right.
Otherwise...
I mean, because frankly, you are right there. Like a Cro-Magnon just charging some guy with a pointy stick, maybe. You start opening fire and mow down 100 in a few seconds, they might just turn tail.
Well, I've got thoughts on that, and I'm gonna big up the Cro-Magnons in a minute.
Magnon, they're not. It's not a chocolate Cro-Magnon.
Every single one of them is going to be to the gills on PCP.
But the white chocolate Cro-Magnum.
Obviously, you don't.
I mean, honestly, I think there's a market that you've just opened up here, Bo.
What's that?
Cro-Magnums.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like the mid ones. So here are the rules. You pick 2, the rest are coming to kill you. Your teams are limited to the gear they typically have access to and can carry over distance. So, the Tommies can't bring a tank, the Romans can't bring a siege engineer, is what they would typically carry. Your team has 24 hours set up at the location, and the enemy has 3 days to get you. You can pick any civilian or religious location that you have personally been to. So, for example, you can pick Arundel Cathedral or, the Trundle Hill up the road, but you can't pick Arundel Castle if you've been to them.
Okay.
You pick your team and location, and the other lads have to decide how they would get you. So not only do you need to think through how you're going to survive, the other guys need to put up an argument as to how they would get you with what's left. And at the end, the audience is going to judge the winner.
So I've been to firearms stores in America. He's a civilian.
Okay, I didn't think of that.
So you're just gonna stick around in a firearms store?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to use my editorial powers to instantly ban that idea because it breaks it.
Pretty good. Like a Tremors fortress, a modern day Tremors.
No, it's just a shop with loads of guns and loads of ammo.
I was going to say, it basically gives you infinite ammo, doesn't it?
Okay, I see.
One of the limiting factors here.
I see.
Just do that, pick the Cro-Magnons, equip them all.
That's genius.
Well, I would go with modern guys because of the ammo. It's going to be the problem for the modern guys, isn't it?
All right, okay, hang on. So it's now going to be, you can pick any civilian, non-weapon-based location. And also, I've got underneath this, because again, people on Twitter, they just sort of assumed infinite ammo. I've got a data sheet for each squad that tells you what you've got to work with.
Right, okay. Interesting. So they've only got essentially 1,800 shots. 800 shots. So, because if
And you've got 7 claymore
840.
mines, 2
Yeah.
flashbangs, sidearm,
Yeah.
3 mags each.
I feel like 7 Delta Force guys would
Two-
have more ammo than that.
No, actually, I looked it up. I actually overestimated it. So the typical that they would carry for a squad like this is actually 210, and I put 240.
Well, how much does the sidearm count into all of this? 9mm sidearm plus 3 mags each. So how much extra ammo does that add on to this? Because that means not just got 1,680
Not being
rounds.
an American, I don't know how many a 9mm
there's
mag
something like
carries.
13 or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
So let's say that's another. Let's say that it's already loaded and you've got 3 extra mags.
Yes.
So what's 13 times 4?
Nobody knows.
So what even if every single shot was a kill, they've got nowhere near enough. to kill.
I mean, it's 52, but, you know, but nobody
You've got
knows,
52 times 7.
says the Economist.
So we got one of these for all of them, but so we will come back to that. But first of all, give us a rough running order. I want to spend the first sort of 40 minutes talking about the units themselves, and hopefully we got enough history buffs on the panel to put up a reasonable picture.
I'm just going to throw my excuses out straight away, which is I am not a military history guy, nor am I one of those overhead battle game nerds
I am both of those.
either. So I am
Proudly.
yeah. I am.
Every day.
What are they? Tactical like games where you basically play like as a god general.
Yeah, like Total War games.
Yeah, Total War. I'm not a Total War game player, so I am woefully unprepared.
Harry, I'm confident between you, Carl, and Bo, you can answer any question put to you.
Probably not.
Yes. No.
Well, no.
Yeah.
I'll be leaning a lot on Carl and Bo.
Yes. Right. So. So first of all, we need to make the argument for what, because basically the logic is every time you move from one level to the next, you get fewer of them, but there has been a material advance in military technology and tactics each step up. That's basically how it works. We actually started off with more, didn't we? Much more nuance, but we ended up with a 4x4 grid, and it basically became impossible. We got down to like the nuances of rifling and stuff like that.
It was interesting, like, would we have the classic high medieval mounted knight,
Yes.
samurai, all those sorts of things, and
Yeah.
we whittled it down to these 9.
Yeah,
So
but each should be a genuine evolution in military technology as you go from one level to the next.
ChatGPT is getting really nervous about the questions that I'm asking at the moment. How many rounds a minute does a Lee
The
Enfield?
backdoor to prevent has been
Like, why-
activated.
Why do you need to know this?
yeah,
Just saying, I might have to hold a position, all right?
Purely hypothetical. Is it,
Rock-
Carl?
I'm making a video game. I mean, yeah.
Brock may or may not have already let the local constabulary know the questions you're
Got a
asking.
knock on the door.
Yeah.
Carl, you're wanted.
The API at the prevent office is flagging right now.
Right.
Right, so I'll start with Cro-Magnons because I think they are.
You're still
I don't-
saying Magnum.
What am I supposed to say?
Cro-Magnon.
Magnon.
Yes.
Right, okay. Cro-Magnons, I think, are an exceptionally solid case because I've been looking into these guys. They were all absolute monsters, these people. So, for a long time, anthropologists thought that they were a separate species, that they were just some sort of god tier human
Yeah,
species.
they're just bulky humans.
Yeah, they were just elite level humans, right? And so the average height of these guys, the average was 5'11" against 5'8" today. Yeah. So individuals over 6 feet were very common amongst this group. For any given
Cad hunter-gatherers, weren't
yeah. And for any given height, they weighed 20% more than modern humans. Their bone density, every single one of them, not a few of them, every single one of them had elite level bone density compared to today. Higher, strong muscle density, great blood oxygenation, the full lot, right? Yep.
That's all great. That's amazing.
I'm taking the Delta Force.
Is their skin bulletproof?
Yeah. Does their
Are
skin
they bulletproof?
protect
No, but I
against a 303 Enfield? That's what I need to know.
I like what Dan's laying out here, though, because, the decline began with agriculture,
Yes.
is what we're saying.
Yeah,
Yes.
this is true.
Another quick point to bolster what you're saying. If you made it to adulthood, your immune system, you'd be super strong.
Yes.
I was saying to someone just the other day, I'm pretty sure I would have died when I was like 6 or 8 of bronchitis or something, and most people alive would have done. If you made it to adulthood in pre-modern times, it meant you were very, very strong.
Was ultra Darwinian selection.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But again, not bulletproof. So.
Well, yes, there is that. So not only that
We are descended on some level from them, though, right?
Yeah.
This is nature versus nurture.
So therefore,
The nurture.
somewhere far enough down the line, Bo, one of your ancestors
Was a Cro-Magnon.
was a Chad.
all right. Okay, fair point. But my mate's pug is descended from wolves.
Good point. Yeah.
That's a bit unfair to Bo.
How does that?
I was giving a favourable comparison to Bo, and you immediately jumped to the pug.
I was just going for the general principle of what you were talking about. Right. So these guys, they were all and right. So basically, I reckon any one of those Cro-Magnons is a better physical specimen than any one of those Delta Force.
I disagree.
Any one of the rest of them at all.
I disagree on a number of levels.
Right. Why?
They might have like a better bone density. Okay, I'll give you something like that.
They'd probably be fitter.
Well, I wouldn't have thought so, because Delta Force, it's not just like their parachute, they're not just like their paras or their rangers. They are the best of the best. The absolute best of the best.
Yeah, but they're still creatures of modernity.
Yeah.
True.
Post-agricultural.
But still, on the bell curve, they're like right at the...
Yeah, and Cro-Magnons are all at the end of the bell curve, because otherwise they died before they were 6.
But out of 5,000 Cro-Magnons, you'll have a few which are sort of got really bad teeth, or they're dying or whatever.
Well,
every single Delta Force dude is like, again, sort of...
yeah, but he's not a nice smile.
They're super jacked. Like, a Cro-Magnon isn't doing resistance training for half his life.
No, he's fighting
He
bears.
doesn't like do hill climbing all
He
the
does.
No,
time.
they do. This is the point.
Would they though?
Yeah, no,
the average Cro-Magnon, would
Yeah,
they?
but they're all persistence hunters, right? So they basically spend days jogging to chase down a deer or something.
I would give you that
So
the
they've
average
got great
Cro-Magnon
cardio.
is way better physically than the average Civil War soldier or the average Tommy. I'll give you that.
I think they're better than all of the
But
Delta Force.
also, again, Civil War soldiers have guns. In the loadout, do they have cannons?
No.
No, they
Yeah,
don't.
there's no artillery or anything like
Okay,
that.
so there's no artillery. Okay, still though, a gun is a pretty good weapon. The problem for the Civil War soldier against the Cro-Magnon would be like the reloading, how long it takes to reload for a shot. That would give the Cro-Magnon, especially so many of them, a lot of time to make up the ground.
Well, let's say that the average Delta Force guy is the equal of the average Cro-Magnon, which I think is debatable, but let's just concede that. What does he do about the other 4,993 of them?
Well, he shoots them.
Well,
Yeah, well, he will be armed with...
the thing is, I asked
fully
Grok to
automatic
estimate
M16
how many it could kill a minute, and it's not enough to kill 5,000 Cro-Magnons.
Yeah.
Well, this is also, we're also not counting in here that we've not picked our environment.
No,
Right, that's the
that
key.
is true.
That's the key thing. Because even just on the pure ammo, the Delta Force haven't got enough bullets. If every single bullet was a kill,
Oh, they would have
haven't
to go,
got
they would
enough.
have to go down
so-
to melee. Couple more points quickly on the Cro-Magnons.
Yeah.
Interestingly, right, their brain capacity was 21% larger than modern Europeans.
Really?
Yes. Now, just to give you an idea how big that is,
If you would like to see the full version of this premium video, please head over to lotuseaters.com and subscribe to gain full access to all of our premium content.